who is able to buy or sell that data. So things like that, where I'm concerned about the privacy, and you're even seeing in ChatGPT, sometimes people actually having their resume with their email, phone number found via like very simple prompting. So if you know what you're doing, you're able to do that. And obviously, over time, there will be some of these privacy concerns that are addressed that are kind of more of a bug than a feature. But in terms of data, data is just as valuable as ever, especially as these language models do need a ton of data to train on. So it does raise the question of the buying and selling of data.
Welcome to Dear Workplace. I'm so excited to have my friend Auntie Griffin back on the show. She was our guest previously in season 1, season 2, and ready to dive into deeper conversation on all about AI.
What happens, right, when all of that information gets like put in one place and you realize like how bad the dating apps are with selling data? What happens when your AI companion sells like your deepest secrets, where you might tell them, oh, I'm going out for surgery for this or that? You mentioned the New York Times article where I think ChatGPT or OpenAI offered as like low as like $1 million for like a copyright license. And so that's a thing where I think this year, especially, we're going to be seeing a lot more conversations around copyright and where that specifically goes. And I think this is ultimately going to be a bit of a battle ultimately with the different parties, like the different organizations and Capitol Hill. So one of the things about AI though is we're in the early stage where maybe more people have access to it, but a lot of people don't understand where the privacy risks are. You don't want somebody putting your corporation in danger by putting proprietary information. Maybe they don't understand what proprietary information is or how someone would get a hold of it. Or maybe like you could actually 10x certain roles in your organization. How can you actually up the game of all your developers, no matter how good they are, from your best one all the way to the ones that, you know, need a bit more growth? I think one of the headlines from last year was the Department of Defense considering, do we use AI that can make decisions on whether or not it can kill? That opens a lot of questions. That is really scary. And I think people could say, well, if other countries are doing that, do you want to be the country that doesn't have it? That type of thing doesn't make me sleep better at night. But there's also so many things where we can use it to free up our time, be able to spend more time with like what matters. I would say you want to learn about AI. I would even just start by like watching, even just starting like explain AI to me like in 5 videos on YouTube. Even if you're like not super technical, find resources that are for people who are maybe like less technical. There are some like great books out there as well.